checking out a lot of stuff. And I'm sleeping a lot because recovery from the tournament practice, and I practice roughly 400 hours for the Grand Challenger, 4 to 5 weeks with nearly 100 hours per week. But obviously 100 hours per week is quite exhausting. It was basically a big pressure moment, and then a little bit of recovery being needed. I sleep 1-2 hours longer every day, chilling out a little bit more. So here, Martin. Talking about theoretical stuff and also future aspects, like where we want to be with Gwen. It's actually very, very fortunate. We can actually chill a little bit more because there will be this awesome Gwen patch or the Gwen revamp. Honestly, Gwent is just an awesome game, so we are actually happy to play that anyways, even without any preparation. That's cool, yeah, it's a lot of fun. At the same time, this is the time where we can chill out a little bit more, going a little bit outside. Going out in the evening, 1 or 2 evenings, during the day, taking a lot of sun, chilling out, doing a little bit of sports.
Yo, workout is done.
Yeah, I guess.
We got it.
Pumping every day, guys.
Spending time with the family.
Let's get the setup down.
Recovering, chilling, sleeping, stuff like this.
We are moving into the same direction now again. Obviously, I took 1 month off. And now I'm also sleeping a bit more, just getting everything kind of sorted. Yeah, whatever.
Ja, das wieso das, ne?
Ein professional cook, guys. Das heißt normale Portion, aber das kann man mal.
Was denn?
We also got an awesome new Predator. Yeah, we got
yeah,
some
new toy.
We got some new
Sick.
toys and
That's
working
really sick.
stations, which is really nice.
Boah, das geht ja auch voll. Boah, das ist schon gestartet. Hey, okay, das ist das meine. Boah, das ist auch voll leicht. Boah, das Sound ist ja voll gut.
Der Sound ist richtig gut.
Boah, der ist auch voll leicht.
The Predator.
He is the Predator.
And he is the Predator. We basically spec'd it up a little bit for streaming purposes. And it is light, it has a triple cooling system. It's delivering, it's definitely delivering, and the design is also awesome as well. So we are really happy with our choice.
I also visited the Gwen developers now, and I think it's just some awesome people. And yeah, it's also, I'm moving a bit more away from Hearthstone, but it's something I think it gets sorted out by itself. To be honest, how I spend my time nowadays, I would probably, like Adrian will go to Japan soon. This is where I will stream some Gwent. Also the open beta will come out, which they announced yesterday. And I think it was pretty awesome. This is actually how I get hyped. Yeah, I'm a little bit of maybe a bit more on the dire person or on the earth person. Like sometimes I get hyped, like, yeah, if it's like super awesome.
That's schon cool.
You see it from the last patch to today, what they did on work there, what I saw there, also how they overworked all the premiums and with the meteorite powder and what we're doing with the game modes. I mean, I think if they keep going like this, the game will get bigger and bigger without much help. I mean, this is just awesome work. Like, the game is just awesome and will be more awesome to play even.
Yeah, also to get some comparison, take a look at subreddit growth. You can very, very easily compare also growth curves and stuff like this. Since many people are asking whether this might become a big game or whether there is even a future for Gwent and all that stuff. But honestly, we can also just make a very direct subreddit analysis about that, right? So subreddit is usually, let's say, one metric with how you could measure growth of a game. There are not many metrics out there. I mean, of course, you could say, yeah, we just take the metric of the companies releasing numbers. But if you hear something about trillion people playing a game because whatever, it's just not verified. It's just not very verified. So if you take a neutral source like subreddit, you can basically see, okay, I mean, even here people could say, okay, but the Hearthstone subreddit is nearly whatever, let's say nearly 20 times bigger. But you should not take a look at the absolute numbers, but you should take a look at the growth and at growth curves. Usually how product cycles are usually growing is like this. And at some point, it will go like this. Those product cycles can be whatever. They can be short, 5 years, 7 years, or they can be longer. Like, there are also products which have a product cycle like this over the course of 50 years. And the question is, how do you see where you are at the curve? So if you take a look at the Hearthstone subreddit, I think rank 110. But you can also take a look at the growth numbers, and then you can see that they are not growing. So if it would be an exponential curve, it would mean they are now rank 110, but the growth should be top 50, top 30, definitely higher than that. But the opposite is the case. So I think Hearthstone in terms of growth numbers is rather ranked 300 at the moment. In growth numbers means that Hearthstone is already somewhere here. I mean, subreddit never goes negative, so I wouldn't be surprised if the curve would just stagnate at some point. At the same time, you see that Gwent, I think they are ranked 1000, whatever that might be, but the growth numbers are ranked 400. So they are obviously at this point of the curve. If you just take a look in absolute numbers, the growth of the subreddit of Gwent, roughly half of the subreddit growth of Hearthstone, which means they are nearly growing as fast in absolute numbers as Hearthstone is. And I think the threshold is when those growth curves in absolute numbers will meet each other, because that means that's the point of change.
And now for the guys who just pace it to the end of the stream, everything is going into the right direction, guys. One direction train.
One thing I also wanted to say about Cdpr. So Cdpr is a company I didn't know beforehand, also not about the Witcher series. Usually, and that's also basically what JJ already referred to, we don't have that many jaw-dropping moments because it's usually quite hard to impress us. We are getting hyped for things sometimes, but again, it's not that easy.
And again the stat coil.
The moments I had with Cdpr in terms of jaw-dropping moments were just insanely many, yeah, really many. So the first time I touched Witcher 3 because out of recommendations, I played the game, I started it, and I was thinking, wow, this is so insane. I mean, this is like really crazy stuff. How can they even build this game? And I was prepared for bugs, but there were none. I was prepared for glitches, but there were none. And I played this game and I got soaked up into this adventure and also into the world of Witcher. And everything is neat. Everything is done. The world is so infinite and you have so many abilities to decide yourself. Jaw-dropping moment number one. Yeah. Jaw-dropping number two was Gwent. So I play Gwent and I think this game is just super awesome. Not jaw-dropping day one, but day 3, day 4, at some point you think, whoa, this is an awesome game. How could they create something like this? It's amazing. Yeah. Jaw-dropping moment number 3, visiting their company, see how they work. Amazing stuff, also how they set up everything, how ambitious they are, how they are identifying themselves with their products and their games they do. Jaw-dropping moment number 4 was basically the first revamp or the first patch they released yesterday. That was like insane. Yeah. You're watching that and you're thinking, how can those guys come up with so much stuff within 2 months? And yes, obviously it's hard work, but probably we are not only talking day work here. Yeah. And they are doing stuff at home because they like to do so. Probably they are doing night shifts because they like to do so. Yeah. And it's just amazing and it's mind-boggling. I'm also very sure that we're not the last moments of that. I really don't have words for that. If you just have a company which is creating so many mind-boggling, jaw-dropping moments, honestly, for me, it's not about the question whether they will create more of this great and amazing content. For me, it's only the question when the public will catch up on that. I mean, they already have public attention, but I mean, until also the masses understand how sick these products are. And yeah, once they catch up, I have not the slightest doubts that it will become very great. Great.